Hey, 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 welcome to Ask the Period Lady. I am Shelly-Ann, the Period Lady, and I just want you to know that if you want to ask your questions, you can ask the Period Lady. This space is created to have straight up, unfiltered, truthful conversations about everything reproductive health because period is everybody's business. So you don't have to have a period to be a part of this conversation. Period affects all of us, don't it? So if you want your question to be featured on Ask the Period Lady, all you have to do is send us your email at theperiodlady@gmail.com. We're going to jump right into it. Let's see who our question comes from today. It comes from Marsha. Marsha says, Dear Period Lady, I recently started my periods. I'm always messing up my clothes. I wear pads. Do you have any tips on how I can prevent accidents? Marsha, I'm so sorry you're having that problem, but don't worry, I got you. I have tips. All right? The first thing you have to do, Marsha, is make sure that you have a good fitting panty. Listen to me carefully. The panty is essential. Now, different people like different style, different fit, and I happen to have some here. So, some people like it sexy, so they might go with something like this. And some people them like a sort of more fit like a little shorts fit. Yeah, some people like a bikini cut. Hey, 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 fit. Personally, I'm a big baggy girl. Yes, yes, I said it. Give me a nice big bingo. Yes, ma'am. Give me a big baggy. We can stretch because you want to get and fit in it. Because if you're baggy, fit properly, your protection will stay in place. So you want to have a good fitting panty. First thing, right? The next thing you want, Marsha, is you need to ensure that your pad fits properly. But let me tell you what I mean by that. I have a pad right here, right? A lot of people don't know this, but the pad has a front and a back. And if you don't set it properly on your underwear, you might find yourself having accidents. So let me tell you what I mean. To know where the front of the pad is, you see right where you have the little tab here, the opening right here. This is a standard fold for the pad. Usually, most of the mainstream menstrual products on the market right now, menstrual pads on the market right now, they're folded like this. They come in different colors, different thickness, levels of thickness, but it's basically the same sort of fold. And this is the industry standard, right? If you see where the tab is, where you open the tab like so, and you peel it back, this part right here, so is typically the front. Why is it important to identify the front different from the back? I'm going to tell you the shape of it. So this is the front. We just identified it because the pad fold like this. This is the front, right? So the front of the pad here is where you line up with the front of your underwear here, right? Front of the pad, front of the underwear. And the reason why we do it like that is because I want to show you something. Now, even though we refer to the vaginal region as front, even though we refer to, like, make I pull this down a little. Yes, it's real business we're talking. I told you that is unadulterated and unfiltered. So I'm going to show you what I'm talking about. Oopsie, oopsie, oopsie. Let me pull it down a little. Yes, good. So you're seeing my pelvic area here. Wonderful. So now I have my pad. What you want to ensure is that this part here, from the middle to the back, this land in your middle. Now I know they refer to this as front. The vagina is not in front. The vagina is in the middle, underneath here. So you're going to take your pad, and when you measure where your pad land, I need to bring this down a little because I want you to see what I'm talking about. When you want to measure where your pad land, you're going to land in the middle. So where your vagina is, where the period actually come out, is going to be in the middle of the pad. So like in this region here. And the reason for that is you want to ensure that you get the full protection, because if you realize the shape of the pad, the shape of this particular pad, let me pull off the wings so I can show you something. It gets narrow at the front. You see that? So it gets narrow at the front and it gets wider from the middle to the back. Also, if you look closely, you will see some little absorbent things, some little holes. And you see holes at the back here, so because that is where the liquid is going to be absorbed into. So when you put on your pad now, you want the period to land in this little area here. So this part will be at the front of the underwear. This part will land right about where your vagina land. And this part give you some extra protection here. So because when you sit down flat now, when you sit down, boom, you sit down, the back part of it now is going to end up, it's going to land, so you end up sitting on it. So the part here, here to here, is where the period will go when you're actually bleeding. I hope this makes sense. So you want to ensure that your pad fits properly. If you do that, trust me, you will get the better protection. You will get better protection if you do that. Now make we fix back the thing. I said we're having a real conversation, right? Real conversation. So make we fix back the thing. I not have no production crew in here. So we're going to fix back the thing so we can continue the conversation. Real life. We say we're doing real life conversation, right? So that's one of the things that you want to ensure that your pad fits properly. It's going to be a game changer. Get your pad to fit properly, you will have less accidents. This is not a question I'm asking you. That is just what it is. Get your pad to fit properly. All right. The next tip that I will give you, oh gosh, look at that. Oh, I'm tired. The next tip that I will give you is check your pad. So you're going about a day and you feel a whoosh. You know what I mean when I say whoosh. You know you're having a conversation. Like, you sneeze and your vagina sneeze at the same time, and the vagina goes so whoosh and let out a lot of period, and you're like, ooh, you do the, oh gosh, you do the jump up thing because you don't know what's going on. Check. And the reason why you want to check is you want to see if your product can survive the whoosh. What do I mean? When you go whoosh, where does it land? Did it land in this space here so where it's absorbed? Or did it go splat? And then now you have to change. You understand what I mean? So that's why you want to check. You want to make sure that you check because it just gives you that assurance. And if you need to change, you can get the opportunity to change. All right? So when you feel a whoosh, get to the nearest bathroom and check. And then another thing that you can do is be open to trying different products. I know you might have a favorite. You might have a brand that you like. You might have a type of product that you like. Be open to trying a different product because you find that with different materials, some is a little bit more absorbent than others. You might find that when you sweat, some of them help you better than others. So just be open to trying different products because you will find that the technology is improving and there are different ways that the different products can help you. So just be open to trying different products because that can be a very, very good way to find something to help you reduce the accidents. Good option also might be a reusable product. So you can take a look into that and to see what works for you. All right. So even though you find one and you're using that one, be open to trying different products. Another tip that I can give you quickly before I wrap up is you want to ensure that you keep your products in a place where you get the best use out of it. Sometimes we have it too long. We live in hot weather. Sometimes you will have it and you think, I say, oh, it's not spoiling when you come in it, you touch it and it's crispy. You know, it's crispy. And if it gets crispy, it lose some of the integrity, lose some of the protection. So you have to check your products. Make sure your hands are clean, but check your products and make sure that they're still intact because they might dry rot. So make sure that your products are in good condition when you're using them so that you don't have any accidents on the road. But I hope that, you find something useful in what I shared with you today. And I really do wish that you stop having accidents because it can be a little embarrassing. And, take it from somebody who have bled on upholstery all over the world. I've bled on upholstery in banks. I've bled on upholstery in studios. I've bled on upholstery in hotel. All about me gonna bleed all about because my period misbehave. It's just a reality of life. And if you're going about your business and you see somebody with a mess on their skirt, just go over them to them and discreetly just let them know that they have a little mess on the back of their skirt. And if you have an extra product, you can give it to them. By all means, support the period sisterhood. But that is definitely something that we can continue to do as we move through the world having periods. Right? So, Marsha, I hope I helped you. I hope you find something useful in my answer today. And that is going to be it for this episode of Ask the Period Lady. You got questions about periods? Send them come. You can send them to theperiodlady@gmail.com. And while I leave you, I just want to remind you that authenticity is magic. Be yourself, right? I am Shelly-Ann Weeks, the Period Lady. See you next time.